Hey guys, what's going on? My name is Jamie and this is Tekka J. Today's video we're going to be doing some upgrades to this R320 which I recently purchased. So the upgrades that I'll be doing to the server will involve, number one, the E5-2430L. This is a 6-core 12-thread processor. Because I'm doing a CPU change, I found some thermal compound. I've got a DVD, like a CD drive, DVD mount, data doubler, or secondary hard drive, as most people call it now. And also, in the last video, I said I've got some hard drives, so I've got some caddies, which just came in probably about half an hour ago, and I've got some drives as well at the back. So let's do the CPU first. So let's open the top panel. So there's the CPU heatsink. So we're going to unscrew with my famous screwdriver. Unscrew. Let's see again. What's the pace like? So let's lift it up, and oh yeah, that is quite crusty. I do say that is better. So let's now remove the CPU. So I'm going to push down on the lever and then lift up that. And here comes out our other CPU, which is also a bit crusty. I'm going to clean this as well. So here comes the CPU. These are the worst pair of scissors in the world. Here's the chip. Here, the 2430L. Give it a little wiggle. I'll put this back in. And I'll put the lever back down. So it goes into there. And the CPU is installed. P in the middle, and I'll probably do a little circle around. Now people would say these are guitar picks, but these are like kind of little prying things, so I'm just gonna spread out. That looks good. Now time for the heatsink. Then I'm going to get my screwdriver and do the cross tighten pattern. Screw down a little bit, then I'll do the other side. And the side. Now there. Keep going around like this. This is in place. That's in. That's it. Okay, now let's get this CD drive, hard drive mount, and there's a cable here which is just down the side. So I'll just plug that in there. And the power, which is very nicely in the back plane here. I'll put the power in. So these are the caddies here. So these are just some Dell caddies, quick release and all that. They've also got these plastic fiber tubes almost that pass the light, so you can see the activities on the front. So let's get these drives mounted. So let's install this SSD. So now, next order of business, figure out how to remove this thing, which is blocking the drive. So keeping this cover here. Do I just do this? Aha! Well, that was easy. There's a little release tab right there. Why didn't I see that? Let's all connect the data and power again. There we go, that's in. That's in now, so I'm now gonna somehow cable manage this cable. There we go, just put it in there. That's all cable managed now. So we're now done. Yesterday, I didn't end up filming it, but I ordered some RAM from Bargain Hardware, 2 8 gigs of 1333 ECC memory. So now I'm going to put the top panel on and plug in the power, plug in the iDRAC, and we'll see the console if everything's working correctly, and then we'll install our OS. So I'll plug the Ethernet for the iDRAC in, which is just here. Plug it into my router because I haven't got my switch in the rack. And I don't need many Ethernet ports anyway now. And I'll plug in the power. Okay, so I've got my Surface currently. Hopefully the iDRAC's loaded 172 to 16.2.2, and the iDRAC should load. There we go. I'm going to log in. If you're wondering why I'm going to use the iDRAC for Windows 11, if you see my recent video, I've done a tutorial how to install the latest version of Java and configure it, so you can use it with the latest version of Windows and the remote console. So as I'm in the iDRAC now, I'm going to click on Launch for the remote console. That's going to give me a JNLP file. I'm going to save it on the desktop. I'm going to run it. I want to continue. It's downloading, run, and run again. And there we go. So there's the console. I'm just going to, I guess, make that a bit bigger for you. I haven't got OBS installed, so I'm sort of doing the, you can see my reflection. So let's go to power and power on the system. And power on. Configure memory, done. Let's do the iDRAC. It's a bit mad because I don't have the second PC, it's a bit mad because I don't have the second PSU installed. There you go. So see, it's fairly quiet when it's in idle. It's currently booting. It's a bit loud at startup though. Now it's initializing the firmware interfaces. Yeah, so I might as well just hide that. It's currently saying it's using 70 watts on the front, but that's a bit slow to update, so I'll probably plug in my trusty watt meter, kilowatt thing that measures the power as I power down the server. and let's install Windows. I'm just copying the Server 2019 ISO onto my Surface at an excruciating 30 megabytes a second. Because I don't have my HP plugged in anymore, I'm currently using it with Hyper-V, so everything's on one drive. I know the performance is really bad, but it works for now. So when I was unboxing this server, I mentioned that the hard drives are SMR, shingled magnetic recording drives, than the CMR. I don't know what the C stood for, but with SMR drives you can get a lot more capacity for the price, because the way that they store data is more dense, so the drives will actually take a bit longer to respond, but you get a little bit more capacity, so the performance is a little bit lower, but because this is my new storage server, I'll only be using it for like archival data, so I won't be pulling many files off of it really. So I've got the ISO on my desktop here, so I'm going to go back onto the R320 and grab Rufus. If I can see it in the list anywhere. There you go, there you are. I'm going to drag that to there. I'm going to copy. There you go, that was quick, because it's a small file. I'll simply just run Rufus, click on enter. Select my drive, which is the no label 16 gig, which is plugged in the side there. And I'll select my ISO. GPT, because the R320 does UEFI. So yeah, so let's click on start and OK. So Windows is now installed. I'm now back into the management, and I'm going to go into physical disk management and view the physical disk properties. As you see, our drives are listed in here, 3.725 terabytes, so yeah, a little bit less than 4 terabytes, but you kind of have to allow that because of partitioning and other things that go on. Then I'm going to go to virtual disk management and create a virtual disk. Then I'm going to do a RAID 10, which has a balance between performance and redundancy. It splits the size in half. So instead of having the 16 terabytes of raw capacity, I'll only be having 8. So I'll be selecting RAID 10. Then I'm going to select the physical disks and their SATA drives. And I'm going to select all these disks and apply the changes. And OK, I'm going to give it a name of storage, which gives me 7.451, which is just under 8 terabytes. Okay, so now I've created the RAID 10 array. If I go back onto the virtual disk management and click on view disk group properties, we've now got the virtual disk 0 storage RAID 10 of 7.48 terabytes of raw. So now I'll go back again, and we'll finish. And finish again. So now I'll boot into Windows, configure my file shares, obviously create the partitions first, and yeah. So thanks for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.